So today we're going to be talking about how to stop feeling like you're not good enough. We all feel like we're not good enough at some point in our lives. I often felt this way growing up. I was extremely awkward, not confident at all, squint, and probably always the black sheep. Looking back, I wouldn't change any of it though, because it made me who I am today. I got to see who my real friends were, those who didn't care the way I looked, but liked me because of my personality. I really don't mind that I was the last person to get chosen when playing games, because it somehow prepared me for life. It somehow destroyed expectation and rather opened my eyes to reality. I loved that I was that awkward kid. It kind of forced me to develop a personality because I had no looks to rely on. But I do admit, looking back to when I was younger, I always thought that I wasn't good enough. I always felt like something is wrong with me. And that feeling is a really terrible feeling to have on a daily basis. So these are the things that I learned later in life that kind of made me get through it all. And these things helped me stop feeling like I wasn't good enough. Accept who you are. It sounds really difficult, but once you love and accept yourself, nobody can make you feel like you're a loser anymore. You have your entire life to live with yourself, so you might as well start getting comfy with who you are. If you don't like something about yourself, then change it. I'm not talking of physically, but I'm talking of emotionally and mentally. So if you're a shy person and you really dislike that about yourself, do something about it, change it. Step out of your bubble and maybe start talking to people who you normally wouldn't talk to. If you're terrified of people, start socializing with smaller groups of people. Whatever it is that you might be afraid of, try and change it and try and make it better. Embrace your imperfections. I learned this one a bit later in life and I kind of wish that I learned it a bit earlier. As I said, I was really squint as a kid, but I had no idea because my parents and family never ever made me aware of it. They loved me unconditionally, I suppose. I thought that I just had really big eyes, like big. When I started school, people often teased me and laughed at me because I was really squint. And honestly, I had no idea why people were so mean. I guess this contributed majorly to my lack of self-confidence back then. Eventually, one day I decided to embrace my squintness. And this was an epiphany. It completely changed my life. So I remember one day someone came up to me and laughed at me and teased me, and I remember responding to them and telling them that they're actually laughing at God because God created my eyes. I had no power of how my eyes looked or how my eyes were, or if I was squint or not squint. And I remember that the kid just looked at me and had no idea what to say because it wasn't the comeback they expected. I then noticed that the teasing kind of simmered down, and this made me realize that if I embraced my imperfections, it wouldn't hurt as badly as it did before because I'm now aware of all the things that are not perfect about me. So this really helps, is to embrace all your imperfections and embrace all your flaws. On that note, I'm not saying that you should look for faults in yourself. The next thing is perfection. A lot of people strive for perfection, but that's not the way to go. You should strive for progression and for excellence instead. Set yourself targets so that you can give your life a purpose. And when you do achieve these goals and targets, you can look back and feel so proud of yourself for what you have accomplished. Remember something, that your only competition is the person that you look at in the mirror. The moment you try and compete and compare your lives to someone else's life is the moment you're actually dooming yourself. Not only will this lead to disappointment, but everlasting unhappiness, because you're always going to feel like you're not good enough when you actually really are. You should only compete with yourself and be better than the person you were yesterday. What others have and you don't have shouldn't bother you because they're living their lives, so start living yours. Anyways guys, I hope that this girl talk kind of helped you, and if you're feeling down and if you're feeling like you're not good enough, just think again and reflect on your life, because trust me, there's so much to be happy about and so much to be feeling grateful about. Try and be a better person, not for anyone else, but for yourself. Anyways, thanks for watching guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Bye!